Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all the views and all the people that have subscribed and all the comments and all the inboxes on Facebook as well. Okay, so today I want to talk about, actually before this I actually put on Facebook that I'm gonna shoot, so people should just send in topics and stuff that we can discuss. And by unanimous vote, a lot of people want to talk about relationships. And a lot of the comments was about, you know, finding like yourself in a relationship and losing yourself in a relationship and actually being independent within a relationship and just basically identifying who you are in a relationship. And so I'm just gonna touch a little bit on it. I'm no expert, but you know, I do have opinions, and by all means, my mom always says opinion is like noses, everybody has one. So if you don't agree with me, let's agree to disagree. But what I want to talk about is, first of all, why do you need to find yourself in a relationship? You should have done that when you were single. I'm a firm believer in basically just finding who you are. And I feel like this is just the basis, this is the foundation to everything that you are going to pursue in life. If you don't know who you are, everybody's just going to tell you who you are, which is frustrating, which is annoying, and which is just plain confusing. Okay, so for example, if you don't know who you are, if you don't know what annoys you, if you don't know your strengths, if you don't know your weaknesses, if you don't know what you love in life, if you don't know your dreams, if you don't know where you're going, how do you know who is coming to help you get there? How do you know when you're choosing a partner that this is the person that, you know, is going to help me be the best that I aim to be? I remember when I was younger, our church, we went away to some youth camp, and I was really young, so I didn't really understand what they were saying, but it stuck with me. And now that I'm getting older and, you know, having been married before and divorced and everything, like now everything is starting to make sense to me. And basically, one of the youth pastors, we were talking about relationships, and one of the youth pastors was like, it doesn't take two half people to come together to make a whole in a marriage or in a relationship. It basically takes two whole people. And, you know, having grown up and, you know, having had relationships and everything, come to think of it, it's actually true. Because let's face it, if I have low self-esteem and my husband, or, you know, whoever, wife, whatever, we live in the 21st century, you never know. But if your significant other has another flaw, which they haven't dealt with and you haven't dealt with, and you're going into marriage, you're going into a relationship hoping or thinking that, you know, if my husband thinks that I'm beautiful, if my husband likes my love handles, which I hate, if my husband likes, you know, all the weaknesses about me that I haven't dealt with, but if my significant other likes it, then it's okay. How does that work out? Because the day that he's not okay with it, you're back at square one. You're back at feeling low about yourself. You're back at feeling, you know, crappy, and you're back against the wall, like, you know, essentially. Now, my whole point of this video is, don't wait to get into a relationship before you find yourself. Don't let a relationship define who you are. Stop letting a man, stop letting a woman, stop letting your relationship, stop letting the amount of likes you get on social media, stop letting, you know, people's comments and opinions about you know, your relationship, like, validate who you are and your choices in life. At this age, you should already have a clear idea, or you should be taking the steps to get into, like, you know, that clear vision of who and what you want to be. This is the best investment that anybody can make, is spending time to get to know who you are. you know, when it comes to, I mean, I struggled with this earlier on. At the beginning of this year, I had to leave. I had to leave London. I had to leave my family. I had to leave my friends. I found myself in Marbella for a couple of weeks because I was just confused. I've lived my life. I mean, when I was in uni, I always knew what I wanted to study. I always knew that after uni, I wanted to travel the world, which I did. After uni, I graduated in 2010. For 5 years, I worked all over the world, and now I'm back home. And it got to a point where I was stuck. I was like, okay, I set out to do this. I've done it. Now, what do I do? I'm only 26, 27. You know, I've done everything I wanted to do. Where do I go from here? And when I took that time away, that's when I began to reflect and I began to find myself. And in doing all of that, I feel very, very empowered, because now no man is going to come and stand in front of me and say, because I have a private jet, because I come from this family, because I have this and that, you know, I want to marry you and you must go along with it. My mom can't say, you know, you're getting to 30, you know, this, that, so you must get married. My friends, nobody can put pressure on me, because I've taken the time out to get to know what is important to me. And when it comes to choosing a partner, I've already identified my strengths. I've already identified my weaknesses. And those that I can do something about, I'm already trying to do something about. And those that I can't do anything about, I've just learned to embrace it. And I've learned to love me for who I am. Now, I know that I'm a very stubborn person. So knowing that about me, I'm not going to now end up with somebody that is controlling, because we will kill each other. Do you understand? But if you have not taken the time out to get to know yourself, you will find yourself in a situation where you will either have to compromise, shut your mouth and stay there and, you know, just live with it, or you will just be miserable, or have, you know, find yourself 35, 2 marriages later, 4 kids later, or whatever, and you find yourself single. But we can avoid all these things. We can avoid all the heartaches, all the, you know, breakups, and, you know, all the sleepless nights, if you just take the time out to get to know yourself. Don't mind that person going. She's supposed to be getting ready. We're going out. But guys, seriously, this is like really, 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 really important to me. And if I'm about anything, I am about women empowerment, and I am about, you know, finding yourself, because there's so much peace. There's so much peace in just having that tiny knowledge. Now, a lot of people might think it's easy. No, it's not. It's not going to take a day. It's not going to take, you know, 2 days. It's not going to take a year. It's an ongoing thing. But just seriously, it is a challenge that I feel like a lot of us have ignored in life, and it's affecting us, especially our generation, because a lot of people want to talk about, you know, social media, the pressures. A lot of people want to talk about bullying. A lot of people want to talk about all these things, but everything seems to come down to just get to know yourself, accept who you are, and the areas that you don't like, try and change it if you can. And if you can't, learn to love the parts of you that you can't change. So that's what I'm going to leave you with this week. If there's anything that, you know, you've picked up, or, you know, if this is your first time watching my channel, if this is the last time, this is what I'm about. Like, just find who you are. Take that time. It's so important. All the time that you're using to look at other people's, you know, social media, comparing yourself to other people, comparing your, you know, your family, your relationship, all these things. Concentrate on you. Stop rushing into relationships. Stop rushing, you know, into careers. Stop living like certain lifestyles that is truly, if you take the time out and, you know, get in touch with who you are. You might even find out that all these things that you've been doing for all these years is not really anything that you actually enjoy, but you've been doing it because society or because your friends or your family, you know, expect you to do it. So, I mean, that's all I've got to say, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Have a blessed week. Have a good week. It's weekend today. I'm just gonna go out, have a couple of glasses of wine, and, you know, with a couple of friends, and just chill. But yeah, remember, take this time out, take this week, and just reflect on what I've said. And yeah, I tell you, if you start doing this exercise, you would definitely see a difference in the choices that you make, and, you know, in the decisions that you make. So thank you so much for listening, and see you next week. Bye.